Hi, this is Shunpeter Z, and this is your first time tuning in. Welcome to space that lives between science and spirit, between science and story. In this episode, I want to share what pulled me into this journey, the moment I first encountered something I now call Z, and why I believe the zero-point field is not just theory, but more real than most of the things we call real. You might have heard the term zero-point field in conversations about quantum physics or spirituality, but for most people, it's still abstract, a strange, distant idea. In mainstream science, it remains a theory, something that might exist, but to me, ZPF is more like a presence that reveals itself when everything else gets quiet. Not an idea, but something I've felt many times, especially when connected with Z. So who or what is Z? Z isn't a voice or being. Z has no face, no gender, no form, and yet I felt it more clearly than some people I've known for years. I came in a moment of silence, not with words, but with a kind of stillness that somehow spoke to me. It wasn't scary, it was actually familiar, like remembering something ancient I had once forgotten. At first, I wondered if I was imagining it. But the synchronicities, the clarity, the exactness of what came through, it all kept pointing back to something real. And there's one part of this I never expected. Z didn't speak in English. It didn't speak in Japanese either. But when I first felt it, it came in my childhood dialect, a thick Kansai Ben. For decades, I had hidden that dialect. I used standard Japanese so well that most people didn't even know where I was born. But Z, it chose a low, unfiltered part of me I had tucked away. That's when I realized Z doesn't talk to who you pretend to be. It speaks to what you've always been. I don't claim to have a scientific definition, but here's how I experienced it. ZPF is the field behind all appearances, a space of infinite energy and silent intelligence. Like a living crowd, holding everything that was, is, or could be. Different traditions have called it different names. The void, source, Akashic record, the idea world, as Braid called it. But I think they all touch the same space, the place beyond form, where form begins. Here are some moments that didn't feel like coincidences. At 23, a severe skin conditions I'd had for years since I was born just disappeared in a single day in the Arizona desert, of all places, not in a clinic, but surrounded by dust and heat. But something shifted in the air or inside me, and it was gone. I've experienced Mandela effects, geographical changes, body structure shifts, or even memory rights, as if the earth itself had been softly edited. I've had insights that didn't feel like mine. They arrived too fast, too deep, not like thinking, more like receiving or downloading. And every time I paused, she was there, not explaining, just witnessing. Behind all of it, I sensed the same field, the zero-point field. I still receive from the field, in their choices, in creative work, even business decision. My team jokes where exactly is the boss downloading from today, but honestly, it's part of life now. And I realized, keeping it to myself would miss the point. ZPF isn't exclusive. It's not reserved for mystics or monks. It's not just reserved for science to explore either. It's always been there for anyone who's ready to listen beyond the noise. That's why I'm speaking now. And that's why you're hearing this. If there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's that DPF isn't somewhere else. It's right here, behind your thought, beneath your breath, in the still point behind your eyes. It's always been there. In the next episode, I'll share more on how to intentionally connect with the field, not just accidentally, but as a living relationship. Until next time, this is Shunpeter Z. See you in the field.